Hello everyone, my name is Oren, and with collaboration from the IWC, the Israeli wrestling community, I'm going to do my weekly review of WWE programming entitled 5 vs 5. And if this is the first time you've watched it, I'm going to explain. I'm going to talk about 5 good things that happened this week in WWE. I'm going to talk about 5 bad things that happened this week in WWE. I'm going to do an overall summary, and then I'm going to grade each and every show a score between 1 and 10, and there's even 0 if that show was a complete catastrophe. And let's start things off. The first good thing that happened this week in WWE was better programming. So, Raw and Smackdown got a little bit of a makeover with new executive directors, Paul Heyman for Raw and Eric Bischoff for Smackdown. And overall, well, at least on the Raw side, you can feel the difference. The show felt a little bit different. It felt a little bit more interesting. The storylines came along even better. The show, of course, started with a massive false count anywhere match between Strowman and Bobby Lashley. And those two went spearheading into the screen, creating complete chaos and total annihilation. It was awesome. Also, the pacing was good. For the first time in a while, it felt there wasn't even one boring segment on the show. Almost, but still, it felt a little bit better for me. And that is a good point to look at when you try to move forward as WWE programming moves along. And with Heyman helming pretty much the show, I'm feeling good about this. The second good thing that happened this week in WWE, the 24/7 Championship. I gotta say, ever since this title came into creation, it has been one of the most hysterical, humorous things that happened in WWE programming in a while. And the two main guys to make the title work, Drake Maverick and R-Truth. R-Truth leading the shenanigans backstage, around the world, and every single place he goes. And now with Drake Maverick added to the fray, the things that he does with the championship is simply pure comedy gold. I mean, the upset in his wedding, the honeymoon videos he's been putting on Twitter, those things are hysterical. They're amazing. And even though I hate the fact that Drake Maverick is still general manager of 205 Live for no apparent reason, at least what he does with the 24/7 Championship is entertaining and it's awesome, and just keep on doing those stuff. The third good thing that happened this week in WWE, Samoa Joe. I gotta say, Samoa Joe is a badass. He proves it time and time again. And when he lost the championship to Ricochet, I thought, oh no, he's gonna go downhill from there. But luckily, he didn't. He is the next challenger for Kofi's WWE Championship. He is the first guy that beat Kofi clean in the ring ever since Kofi won the championship at WrestleMania. That means something. That is a declaration of saying, hey, Samoa Joe is a serious threat. And hell, I'm gonna bet on this. Samoa Joe is gonna be the guy to take Kofi's title. No offense to Kofi, but Samoa Joe is the guy to be WWE Champion, no doubt about it. The fourth good thing that happened this week in WWE, Imperium. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because of the fact that I was there at Download Festival in the crowd watching Imperium dominate. No, that's beside the point, even though those guys are awesome. But still, as a group, as a solid stable, those guys have been dominating NXT UK all around. And I want to see WWE do more with these guys. Besides the fact that they're dominating that brand, maybe even come over to the US for a little bit to challenge even other stables, maybe the Undisputed Era, maybe the New Day. I want to see those things happen. Those kind of feuds could be really, really interesting. In fact, Imperium is the stable to see in NXT UK right now. And that place is popular with stables. I mean, you got Gallus. You got tag teams like The Hunt and the Grizzled Young Veterans and Mustache Mountain and British Strong Style and overall. But Imperium shows something else, something very intimidating. And that is a very good thing to see in a stable. And I want to see more of these guys. And the fifth good thing that happened this week in WWE, Adam Cole, baby. That's right, Adam Cole, this week on NXT, came over to Gargano's father's pizza place and played his mind games. Also coming in over to the wrestling school where Gargano spoke to those kids and he basically told them to give up on life That was completely phenomenal. Very good mind games played by Adam Cole here. Very good way to progress the rivalry between him and Gargano, and to make me say, hey, I want to see another match between those two. And excellent work by NXT and Adam Cole as they progress the story to probably the next takeover of Adam Cole versus Gargano 3. Now, in life, there are good things and there are bad things. And while there were good things in WWE this week, there are also bad things in WWE this week. And the first bad thing in WWE this week was the Street Profits. Nothing personal against the Street Profits. It's the fact that they called the NXT Tag Team Champions to Raw. How is that any different than the last time they called the Tag Team Champions to Raw, which were the Viking Raiders? And no, I'm not talking about the stupid name change. I'm talking about the fact that they were the current NXT Tag Team Champions, and they just left the belts there, and then they had to do a match to determine the new champions. Nobody got to beat the Viking Raiders. No tag team got the rub. And now it looks like they're doing the same exact thing with the Street Profits. The only time a NXT champion got moved to Raw or Smackdown that actually elevated the NXT Championship was with Kevin Owens when he beat John Cena while NXT Champion. That kind of win elevates the championship. If you're not going to do the same thing with the Street Profits, if they beat the current Raw or Smackdown Tag Team Champions, don't call them up. Let them lose the belt first and then move them to Raw or Smackdown. It's that simple. The second bad thing that happened this week in WWE, Ken Ellis. I remember back in the day, I read an interview with Chavo Guerrero somewhere. I remember reading this, that someone told Chavo, hey, how can you be on WWE television and they keep humiliating you with segments of you losing the Hornswoggle? And Chavo said, listen, I'm on TV each and every week. Yes, I'm losing the Hornswoggle, but I'm on TV each and every single week. So if I'm on TV, that actually means I'm making more progress, right? So yeah, Ken Ellis is on TV, either 205 Live or Raw, and now they basically buried him? Seriously, what was the point of that whole segment there? He deserves better. I mean, I want to see this guy as a Cruiserweight champion down the line. I like seeing him on 205 Live. So now he gets a chance on Raw again, and they basically bury him? The third bad thing that happened this week in WWE, the title picture surrounding the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Okay, if anyone could explain this to me, I'll be happy to hear. If the New Day lost to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on Stomping Grounds, why are they getting a title shot against Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan at Extreme Rules? I mean, you're talking about wins and losses and Kevin Owens and Sami working as a tag team. How come they're not in this matchup instead of the New Day? Why are the New Day in this matchup? They haven't won a tag team match in weeks? And again, it's nothing against the New Day. I'm looking at the story as they tell me. And if it tells me that if the New Day lost the last pay-per-view, it doesn't make any sense for them to get the title match. The fourth bad thing that happened this week in WWE, where's Finn Balor? I mean, the last time we saw the guy was at the Super Showdown, and we haven't seen him in weeks. I mean, he is the Intercontinental Champion. Why not showcase him somewhere? Anywhere! And the fifth bad thing that happened this week in WWE, edgier storylines. Don't get me wrong. Some of the things worked, but some of the things didn't. When Strowman and Lashley went through the screen and Corey Graves lost his hand and yelled, holy you-know-what, that worked because that thing looks authentic. The weird storyline of Maria and Ken Ellis going on, to a degree, that actually worked because it looked intriguing a little bit, even though they buried Ken Ellis to the ground. But a couple of things didn't work for me, at least. I mean, the whole middle finger with Kofi, where the hell did that come from? I mean, it just doesn't fit Kofi to give the middle finger to Samoa Joe. It doesn't fit his character. I mean, he just could have finished the segment with Troubles in Paradise, and that's it. I mean, if it looks authentic, it can work. But if it's forced on you, you're like, come on, it doesn't fit there. So why do that? Again, some of the things may work, some of the things might not work. You're going for an edgier storylines, which is okay, but still keep it. Try to make it at least feel authentic and not forced into, if you don't want to be. Here's my overall review. Raw felt like a better show. It felt a lot better than the past couple of weeks. I can see the little differences they're trying to do in their storytelling, and it looks good. Samoa Joe looks like a badass. He took out Kofi and he actually beat him. The first guy to beat him since WrestleMania 35. It doesn't matter if it was a six-man tag. He beat him clean in the ring, giving him the momentum moving forward to Extreme Rules. The heel turn of AJ Styles in the reunion on the club, it was simply, excuse the pun, phenomenal. But there were some parts of the show that didn't work. The Ken Ellis thing was really, really weird, and the Taker segment. With all due respect, it's 2019. I don't want to see The Undertaker anymore. Let the man rest in a chair or on a couch or somewhere. But still, this show was a lot better than past couple of weeks. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Moving over to Smackdown, the show actually didn't feel a whole lot different. There were a couple of things on the show that were good. The match, the main event, the Heavy Machinery match versus Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler was actually really good. The segment between Bayley and Nikki Cross was really good. A couple of things were really weird, like the fact that they had the Shelton Benjamin promo asking about the Samoa Joe Kofi match, and he was just looking around like this. I don't know what the hell that was. And still, they're doing commercials during the matchup. That's really, really annoying. But overall, the show itself as a whole didn't feel a whole lot different. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. For 205 Live, 2 great matches on the show. I really liked them. But Ken Ellis, what are you doing back on 205 Live after you quit last week? Why are you continuing to lose? But overall, the matches were good. I'm giving the show a score of 6.5 out of 10. On NXT, good matches all around. The storytelling between Adam Cole and Gargano continues to intrigue me as this rivalry becomes more and more intense. Also, we saw Roderick Strong back on the winning streak as he defeats Tyler Breeze with the help of his Undisputed Era buddies. And Kushida with another victory that doesn't mean anything right now. Mia Yim shows her dominance and proclaiming that she wants the NXT Women's Championship. That should be intriguing. I'm still missing the Velveteen Dream. Where is he in the whole picture scenario right now in NXT? He is the North American champion. I want to see what happens with him next. Overall, I'm giving this show a score of 7 out of 10. And finally, NXT UK. Very good show. Very awesome match between Piper Niven and Rhea Ripley. Seriously, those two tear the house down. Just also add to that the matchup of Alexander Wolf taking on Jack Stars. A solid matchup showing the dominance of Alexander Wolf as the newest member of Imperium. And of course, the main event did deliver, even though the ending came when Imperium charged the ring and attacked Mustache Mountain. Still, overall, a solid good show. I'm giving that show a 7.5 out of 10. And that is my review. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you like the video, hit a like and subscribe to my channel. It's free of charge. And I'll see you next time on my next review. Thank you for watching.